You know, sometimes it comes down to the fact that 4 out of 5 dentists still leaves one dentist. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here, obviously with your daily nugget of wisdom. Also, happen to have a really nice camper behind us here. This is the Freedom Express 246. This is a very classic layout, but it just continues to be very popular. So the question is why, when so many other floor plans are like this out there, and so many of them have come and gone, why does this one continue to be so popular? Well, there's a lot of reasons for it, and they're the reasons that I'm very sweet on Freedom Expresses. I think they're pound for pound a very, very good product that is highly, painfully underrated. What I like about this, it's 7,400 pounds maximum total weight. It's under 30 feet. It has wide stance axles. That right there, that's a nice 1-2-3 punch combo for some excellent half-ton towability, generally speaking. You always need to check the individual capacities of your vehicle. Now, on top of that, we have factory standard TPMS to give you more peace of mind. We have a heated enclosed underbelly with an excellent extended season package, but this floor plan is, and for the longest time has been, both ventless and carpetless in the floor. What's great about it, though, is it gives us good campsite window coverage that precious few trailers really still do, and it never feels as small as really it truly is because it has a taller ceiling. And where that's nice is not only just a nice open sense of space, but the fact that in the shower, as somebody who's like me over 6 foot doesn't feel cramped, and with a true queen bed, this is a very rare find, a lighter weight trailer that is functional and friendly to bigger, taller people. That's just a hard thing to find on a lot of things nowadays. Now, there's also some other really cool things, like it comes with a cool outdoor griddle cooking station. It has a huge front pasture. That's actually something Freedom Express has done for years. Outdoor picnic table, and a bunch of other really cool things. I'm going to show you some good with some bad along the way. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. Tell me your favorite, least favorite features about this one, for instance, and hit that subscribe button as we get rolling. Now, starting right here from the sofa, this right here is, I think, one of the big draws of this floor plan, is that we are staring like straight out of a big giant picture window right at our campsite. Not to mention the fact that if you have some guests or friends or something here at the dining table, it's very social. So this is a great like solo or couples camper, but frankly, it also provides some very excellent sort of guest sort of entertainment function. Now, both that dinette and that sofa can fold down into small sleepers, and we'll see that done in just a little bit here. I'll open all the storage, fold down all the sleeping, do all those different things for you. But one of the things I was saying is how this RV doesn't look or really feel small when you're inside, despite the fact that it's not a giant floor plan. And the high color contrast and the higher ceilings are a big part of that. By the way, you can also get this outfitted with the bigger 15,000 BTU air. Now, over there, we're right now looking at the factory standard 12-volt larger DC compressor fridge. Those things are travel safe. They are faster cooling and larger in capacity as compared to a two-way gas-electric fridge. The double kitchen window in the back here, that is something that's just that classic rear kitchen feature that has always kind of captivated me. My grandmother's house, kind of the same thing. She's got like a little rear corner kitchen in her home, and always has, a great overlook over the backyard that way. So that's one of those things that has always really, really spoken to me for some reason. But one of the other factors that's really cool on this one is every window basically has a mirror, a twin, as it were. So if you notice, you have awesome visibility all around this RV and absolutely fantastic airflow through the RV. That is a couple nice little factors to get right there. Now, I forgot to turn on the nice little pendant light above the dining area right there, but obviously she does have one. Now, that Insignia TV, it straps kind of flat against the wall, but as you see, it can pivot around a little bit for viewing time, depending on where you're sitting. If you're at the dinette, if you're cooking in the kitchen, if you're sitting over here at the sofa, you've always got, a pretty decent place to take a look at things. Now, because this slide out is not super deep, and because it does not go down to the floor, since the slide out actually rides above the wheel well, which is that little brown my hump that you're seeing in there, this is not possible to be outfitted with a factory theater seat. That is one of those very few Achilles heels that I really find on this floor plan. It has some awesome qualities, and it's got a couple little hiccups like that, and giving you that kind of fair information, the good and the bad. That's what I want to do for you here on this channel with these videos. It also does have something my grandmother would have loved if I'd have gone camping with her in one of these things. A timeout seat. That little carpeted ledge right there. That, by the way, is the only carpeting you'll find in the RV, but it's also in, I think, generally a non-walkable space. That actually might be something that would benefit her. I never thought about this. So my grandmother has had multiple knee replacements. Heck, my mother just had one. Maybe her first, hopefully her last. And having like a little ledge to be able to like get her foot up a little bit closer to be able to put her shoe on, or to sit down on to put a shoe on, that could be actually an interestingly very handy thing for them. Now, we've looked at a lot of cabinet space. What I want to do is get this all open and look at the storage, starting with this interesting little box kind of in this hallway over here. If we crack that thing open, well, first of all, before we even do that, let's take a look at the fact that we do at least have a curtain for the bedroom. Now, that being said, it is a rather sheer kind of curtain. It's not exactly very thick and heavy duty. You may want to kind of double that thing up. That being said, for the most part, though, this is mostly a solo or couples camping kind of floor plan. So it's not something I think is going to really give a lot of people hiccups, in the fact that this RV has maintained such high success rates for so long, I think kind of is testament to that. Now, it isn't technically a private bedroom. I don't know that it necessarily needs to be. I think it works. It still feels very private on this one, and you're actually going to see how that setup will help us when it comes to the ramblin', gamblin' road mode that we'll see on this one. But looking around at all the storage space, there's actually a deceptively large amount of storage in this one, which is good, because this camper can actually hold a fair amount of cargo. It's got a decent cargo capacity, where a lot of RVs, especially this size, are very, very lacking, in my opinion. And if you are going to have some guests, you've obviously got that dinette, you've got that sofa, both of which can fold down to give you some decent guest space in here. But if you're noticing, it's really not that deep of a slide out. But this is going to sound super cheesy, but when you see it like this in person, especially once you see it closed, it's like every inch deep the slide is going to, it will visually look and feel like it's actually two. It's just crazy how that works out. Now, up front here, we're going to come back to the bathroom, presuming I don't forget. I am notorious for going over a bathroom and then forgetting to come back to it. That is a 60 by 80 true queen bed, by the way. So you can just swap out any queen mattress you want, throw a foam topper in it, get normal sheets that aren't like hard to find on this thing. None of that will be an issue for you whatsoever. But what's really cool on this one, that easy lift vaulted bed storage system that these Freedom Expresses have. It's got a cool little hollow kind of storage hutch in the middle of it. But what's also really neat is that could be an awesome little space to slide totes. Maybe you've got some yard games, board games, although you do actually have a really large front pass-through on this one that could do that job very nicely. It might also make a nice little dog kennel. And frankly, I don't think cat campers get the attention that they really deserve. There are a lot of cat camping people out there. If you happen to be a pet owning camping type person, leave me a little note in the comments section. Sorry, I apparently cannot speak today. And let me know, like, what kind of critter do you go camping with? Now, porcelain foot flush stool, and that is nicely fluffy friendly. One of the other things that I really like about these bathrooms is just around the corner over here to the right, there is a extra large kind of paddle switch that you can just reach up and jack slap. Very easy to find when you're getting in this thing in the dark. Although that skylight really doing a heck of a job right now. Speaking of that skylight, I do not have to get up close and personal with that thing with my head all up in the bubble because, you know, I'm a little bit taller than the average bear. I'm a little bit over 6 foot tall. But with this RV having that taller 6'9" ceiling, it means that, you know, it's never too much of an issue for me to be able to get in here and to be comfortable. Now, one of the things I want to do is demonstrate the easy front to back road mode that we have on this one. And I think actually starting all the way up here in the bedroom is just the perfect way to demonstrate that. However, to really do this requires two things, neither of which I think are really absurd. And so I still think that this one fully qualifies as Cracker Barrel capable. First of all, if you want to be able to access the bathroom in transit, you got to make sure you leave the door open and secure it before you travel. Additionally, it does get a little bit narrow right here. So you're going to be doing a little bit of that sideways travel trailer two-step. Thankfully, you've got these cabinets right next to you that you could always put a hand on to steady yourself. But as you can see, it's not exactly really been too much of a hiccup or a challenge here. One of the other things I want to tell you about this one is that it is using a little bit different slide system. And it's not newfangled, wacky, or weird or anything like that, but it's something you don't see every day. It's not one of the 3 most common travel trailer type slides. It's a Happy Jack slide, and actually the switch for it is located right here in this cabinet, basically right up next to the kitchen. It's not on the master control panel. That really screws a lot of first-time owners up when they first take this home. But this slide system is very good for these shallow, lightweight, above-the-floor slide-outs. It works in a lot of the same situations as like a Schwintek slide would, but these things are just really well respected. They have excellent service records. In my 13-year career, I've only personally seen 2 fail, I mean they've been around for a long time. So this is a one of those little difference features I wanted to kind of showcase here for you. Now, first and foremost out here, let's talk towing. This is something I'm trying to get into more consistently with RVs. What kind of vehicle do you need to kind of handle this thing? With this being a solid true less than 30 feet, 7,400 pounds fully loaded maximum weight, with the dry weight being a nice chunk less than that, and wide stance stability axles with TPMS, I do feel this nicely qualifies for the generalized description of half-ton towable. Now, your specific truck, your specific local weather patterns like crosswinds or mountains or something like that may be a situation where you should probably be in a 3/4 ton, or you might feel a little more comfortable with a 3/4. That is going to be more of a situational thing, but I think that many tow package late model half tons can handle this one pretty darn well. You see that we've got that enclosed heated underbelly down there. There's also, you can get an option on this for like radiant barrier layering through the belly and across the roof, which is also kind of nice. The RV has both, you see the outside full utility shower, the hot cold camp shower, as well as the black tank flush. And did you notice you have a full-size baggage door over there on the driver's side? Now the funny thing is, it's about to look small because the baggage door over here on the camp side is just extra large. So it's not that there's a small door on the driver's side, it's just that there's an extra large door over here. But what's kind of cool is their magnet holdbacks also have this little peg that automatically drops down, and it keeps that thing in place so like in a windy situation it doesn't drop down and crack you on the head or anything. Now there is a full almost like an awning light basically that runs right along the upper edge of that wall in the front to give you better visibility through the entire pass-through. And you see that cardboard box right there. Well, if you look at the left side of the screen, you'll see what that's for. This RV includes its own little indoor-outdoor picnic table, which I think is kind of cool. And you may find a lot of use on that one, because this is one of those campers. It absolutely has some limited interior prep space. So being able to leverage things outside of the RV is very handy for this floor plan. We've got TV hookups over here right above your wide stance stability axles. And I've mentioned these a couple times, but if you're new to watching these videos or to camping, when the wheels are set further apart like that, it takes a lot of that herky-jerky wiggle-jiggleness out of the towing equation and basically just gives you a better, safer, smoother towing experience. Now this is like, I don't remember this. I don't remember this floor plan having one outside speaker over here above the window and then one like all the way at the back of the RV. I could be totally mistaken on that, but notice how they're not recessed. What that means is there's not like a big giant 4 or 5 inch diameter hole, you know, routed out of that double Azdel laminated sidewall. Instead, there's only just a hole small enough, basically, to be able to run the wiring through it. So that's, if you're gonna do outside speakers, that is my preference. Personally, I could usually do without them and just do with a little portable Bluetooth speaker, but that's just me. This is also a funny thing. I'm surprised more manufacturers don't do this. Angle mount the scissor jacks like that. It will actually provide a little bit better stability for you. Now, right next to the steps in the door, you got the little doggy leash latch right there to keep your 4-legged furry friends under control. Also good to keep your Uncle Gary under control when he ties one on. That might be more of a me problem than a you problem, however. Now, we are right next to a tree over here, so I'm going to have to get right up close and personal with this thing. So what a great opportunity to dive into and get right up in the face of the reversed traveling lights that you have built right into these taillights. So that, you know, if you do have to back the trailer up, one, it's casting some light onto your, you know, where you're headed. And two, even if it's during the day and you don't need the light, it gives somebody else, like at a gas station, an idea of what you're doing so they don't, like, try to wheel behind you real quick and cause some problems. Now, a couple other key details. Notice how you do have a stovetop vent hood, exhausting your cooking heat out of the RV if you are cooking on the inside. We've also got maximum airflow windows, and they are all UV tinted to keep both the sunshine and the nosy neighbors out of your RV. Now, when we began this, one of the things I said is there's a lot of other brands that build a floor plan like this. I haven't had a chance yet to see it. I've heard the Grand Design 23 LDE is just almost flawless. I hope to get my hands on one of those this year. The other brand that does a really good similar floor plan to this is the Winnebago 2659. Now, that alphabet soup might mean nothing to you, but what I will do is I'll leave some links in the video description. One, where you can see if we have one of these in stock and how much it's running, and two, to check out some other things that might be similar to this to get an informational video on that and do some cross comparison right from home. So let me know what you think. Good, bad, ugly, and in between. I've done my best to try to share that with you. And let's compare some notes. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.